everyone, Jana here, welcome back to my channel. I think this is where I'm going to be filming until I can get it sorted out there in the front room, because the lighting's way better in there, because I have the stupid blackout curtain on my, window, but, yeah, and that's only because the lady that lived here before me, worked at night. Anyways, this is where I'm going to be until I can get things situated. For today's video, I kind of wanted to get into 17 authors that I've read for the first time this year. I've read 56 books so far this year. No, 57 as of yesterday. And, I kind of just wanted, like, I've read some authors previously before doing this, and then, before doing booktube. No, obviously I have read books in the past before. And so there's obviously some authors that I've already read that I read this year, but like Shauna Swanson and Marissa Meyer and other authors like Rick Riordan. But there are also authors that I read for the first time this year. My hair looks weird, but whatever. It's a bad hair day. And I'm cold. Yeah, let's get into it. With this stack of books that I actually... Okay, so first I was going to do it in here, and then I was like, no, they're in the front room, and then I was like, no, they're in here, so I moved everything around like 3 or 4 times, so it's kind of like out of order. Not that there was really a good order. Anyways, let's get into it. 17 authors that I read for the first time this year in 2017. I'll probably make it shorter last year to 15 or 10. Anyways... One of the first books is My Family for the War by Anne C. Voorhoeve. She is a German author who got translated, and this is, I think, her only book that's translated in English, and I wish there was more, because I would honestly read them. And, we're gonna kind of go at a good pace. Then we have, Laura Weiss. I'm just holding up the books that I own from them. She has other books with, like, hard-hitting subjects, like... Because this one's about, pedophilia and incest, and she has other books that I would like to read with hard-hitting topics, like eating disorders. I have a particular interest in eating disorders, and, not, like, in a weird way, but, yeah. Let's not get into that. And, there's Ingrid Law. I have read... Okay. Spoiler alert, till the end of the month, this is one of the books that I wanted to read this month, and by Ingrid Law. So, and she has this whole little, it's not a trilogy. She has 3 books, Savvy, Scumble, and Switch. This Switch being the last one. It has that on Goodreads as Savvy number 3. They're not a series, like you can kind of read them out of order, because they do give you backstory about their family, like in each one, and about the characters in each one. And yeah, in each book, they don't follow the same character. They have a different person in their family that they follow. And honestly, there's another, and this is my favorite one of the things. But I think she also has another book published that I would like to read for middle grade. And yeah, I like her. She's a good author. She's becoming a favorite author of mine. Oh, I dropped my book. I'm sorry. Then the next author I have is Leslie Livingston, who wrote The Valiant, and I don't know what else, but I'm going to look into it because I like her writing, and that has female gladiators, and yay! As I kick it under my stool. I'm sorry, I'm in a weird mood today. I was in a weird mood yesterday, too. And then the next author, some of them I know they have other books published, and some of them I don't know, just because... I don't know. There's also so many other things on my mind when it comes in with books. Yeah. Anyways, moving on to the 5th author. I'm in a weird mood, I told you. Is Aisha Saeed. I really loved. Who wrote Written in the Stars. I'm not sure what else. You'll hear that a lot. I'm not sure what else she's written. I would love to read more by her. She's a good author and hard-hitting subjects again. And, that make me cry. I cried at that book. I don't really cry at books. I cry more at movies than I do books because I think there's something different than reading about emotions than watching people convey them. Because when I see other people convey emotions, it makes me want to cry or feel what they're yeah. Anyways, the next one is R.J. Palacio, who wrote Wonder, and I know she has other. What is this? Oh, and I know she's written other books that I kind of, along with Wonder, that I kind of want to read. And then there's Susan Holloway Scott. The only book I read by her is I, Eliza Hamilton. She's written other historically romantical thingies that I'd like to read. Yay! Okay, then Sharon M. Draper, who wrote Copper Sun, which I gave 5 stars. You'll see some of these books like in my end of the year best books of 2017 video. Yay. I know she's written other books. Her other books are like all back here. And I'd love to read more because she wrote a good book. I think it made me cry. Did it make me cry? I don't remember, but I know I read it in a day. I like her writing style. I'd love to read more by her. Plop. Them all on the floor. I'm gonna have a mess to clean up later. Not that I don't already have a mess to put away. Oh well, whatever. Moving on. There's Julia Ember. Again, I read this book like in a day. I know she has other books. And I think she's working on a sequel to this one. But I'd like to read her other work. Oh, no, I was just looking at the other books other people have written in the same publishing house. Then we have Stephanie Dray and Laura Kamoe. I think I'm saying that right. I have no idea. Someone correct me if I'm not. They tag teamed and wrote America's First Daughter. They're going to write another book that's going to be published next year, called My Dear Hamilton, which I would like to get. There's a running theme. You haven't sensed it. That I'd like to get. It's published in March or April. It's actually published right around the same time that Melissa De La Cruz is publishing a sequel to this, which I did not like, but I'm tempted to read the sequel just because I am curious. I am so curious. Just I didn't like that book a lot because I think I was looking for more. There's historical accuracy in that, but then there's also not historical accuracy in it, and there's something that happened in there that made me so mad that I hated that book. But I'm tempted to reread it. And, yeah. Anyways, they're publishing, back on topic, they're publishing another book this coming year. And I like to read more. I know Stephanie Dray has written a lot more historical fiction going along with Cleopatra, but I like to read more from them. And then Susan Beth Pfeiffer, moving on, who's written this series. Okay, she's written a lot of books. The Library in My Mom's Classroom. The Library in Her Classroom, which I set up this year, I kind of gave up because I kind of had to hurry to do it, so I didn't get like everything put out. Anyways, the Library in My Mom's Classroom, there are books by this author in the Library in My Mom's Classroom. She's retired, I know she is, but she's written a lot of books, like over 70 books or something like that. I just like to read more. And then I don't have any books by this author because they're all in my mom's classroom. Well, the 2 that I read, and then, which is Jewel Parker Rhodes. Right? I got it right that time, right? Because it's either Jewel Parker Rhodes or Jewel Rhodes Parker. It's one of the 2. And I do not mean to get it mixed up. But I think it's Jewel Parker. I don't know, I'm confusing myself right now. But she writes a lot of books. Sorry, I just looked it up. I think it's Jewel Rhodes Parker. I think so. don't correct me on that if I'm wrong. But yeah, she's written quite a few books, and I've read 2 of them. I'd like to read more, just because, why not? And then the next book, spoiler alert again, because I've only read 2 books this month, and they're both in here, because they're the only books I have by this author. Barbara Dee, who wrote Starcrossed. She also wrote a lot of other books. Not a lot, but she writes a lot of books I've noticed about, teenagers going through things. I'm sorry, I'm being weird today. Yeah. I would like to read that stuff. More by her. Yay! Get out of the way. And then Jen Wild, who wrote Queens of Geek. I'd like to read more. I know she has a book being published this year. I know she has another book out, I think. I'm not sure, but I'd like to read more. Because her writing is so engaging. A lot of these authors, the writings are engaging to me. Like, I finished a book in a day, or was really, I finished it as fast as I could. Alright, anyways, moving on. We have Francesca Zappia, who wrote Eliza and Her Monsters. I'm putting that book there, because there's too many books over there. And I have to step over them when I'm leaving my room in a few minutes. Because I'm not going to pick them all up at this moment. Because why would I do that? Yeah, I know she has another book published. I know she has a Tumblr, and I'm tempted to follow it. I've actually checked it out. It's actually pretty neat. Yeah, I'd like to read more. And then the next one is Angie Thomas with her debut novel, which I know this upcoming year she has another book that's going to be published. I think in 2018. If not, then 2019. I would like to read it. I think she's a great author. I think she writes about a lot of important things. Yeah, I'd like to check out her things. And then there's Mackenzie Lee, who wrote one of my favorite books this year. These last 3 are like 3 of my favorite books this year. I wrote The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. I did read another one of her books. Slightly disappointed in it, which is This Monstrous Thing. But I know she has more, and just want to check her out, because maybe that book wasn't for me, type deal. Maybe. Anyways, that's it for this year. That's all 17. Plus a special appearance by that book over there that's on my bed now. Yeah, those are all 17 books. 17 authors that I read for the first time this year that I would like to either check out more of their books or see if they have anything else published. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey, go away.